Blindspot is a reflection, really, of my life in a way. What I used is the canvas of a homeless man and his life to kind of talk to that piece about me personally, where it's kind of like searching for the next thing to kind of fill this empty space. And I did it with houses, cars, clothes, stuff. I did it with stuff, and I experienced the reality that it's not there. And I think that there's a similar pacing and a similar experience that the homeless man in this movie. He chases after the next thing and doesn't find the answers he's looking for. So.
Producing Blindspot, which was filmed in over 21 locations, over 5 days, was intense but truly one of the best experiences of my life. St. Paul is a wonderful place to film in.
In Blindspot, you'll notice there's not a lot of dialogue, and to kind of get in touch with the character and to emote any kind of communication to the audience, I really had to let myself be vulnerable and very present in the moment. There was a lot of external distractions with cameras and people reacting to cameras. You know, for example, in the middle of Rice Park, we had 10 actual homeless guys that signed up. We actually have release forms from them because they decided that they would be in it if we needed them. So there's a lot of chaos around what's going on, but then without any dialogue, I think just kind of finding some inner sense of what he's feeling in any particular moment.
Being out and about in the city, shooting Blindspot, was in St. Paul. It was truly quiet. The film opens and we're actually in Minneapolis there, the overpass. That was interesting. We actually did get removed from that location. We were kind of guerrilla shooting, and that was really interesting because Judd, or the actor, was standing alone. And so we, as the camera crew, were across the street, and he was genuinely getting dollar bills in that scene. And sometimes, though, someone would yell to us and say, "Leave him alone," because they thought he was truly a homeless man. And they were kind of upset that we, as a film crew, were filming this homeless man. So in some ways, it was our first day of shooting. We felt like, okay, we nailed this character because everyone's believing it.
What I found is there's a real depth of talent locally. And we've been fortunate to work with some of the greatest and most talented people. I find I've never been so happy as I've been on set with these people. There's a true love that comes for every position, from production assistant all the way up to director of photography. There's a certain community that gets developed on a set that is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Having Blindspot play in the darker side portion, I feel like it's very astute of the fest to have picked that up. I think there is a sadness to the film. I think the man in the film is lost, and so it being in the darker side is right on.
When we found out that Blindspot was going to play at the Twin Cities Film Fest, it really meant a lot to us to be able to share our work with the community in large that has been so good to us. It's we screened our film just privately, and that has its own fulfilling sense, but to really be a part of a festival means a lot to us.